It's time for Disclosure Day on the show. Loads of news stories, a review of Spielberg's latest, plus Armie Hammer and Uwe Boll will be here today. We'll talk to them about their new movie, Citizen Vigilante. And Alan is here with a surprise.
Hello, Chris. Hello, Film Threat family. Funny story. I recently made a comment about Christian dads, and now they hate me. And you know what? I don't give a flying fuck. But there is one dad I care about, and that man is Alan. Alan.
Wow.
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I can't believe Millie Alcock agreed to, well, she agreed to be in the movie, but you know,
yeah.
What are we even doing? Oh my God. Now, Alan, before we get to the people and go through some comments, you have had, and I'll just say this, because I used to eat KFC like all the time. It was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you got one of the Supergirl meals. You were
Yeah.
able to track it down. It like debuted on Monday.
Yes, but the bucket came out today.
And you want it. So, all right, give it to us.
All right,
Let's
here we go.
see it. Let's see. I'll
My
put you
daughter
full
threw away
screen.
the bag, but here we go. Look at that.
Oh, no.
Look at that.
How much was that?
The bucket is $30 and the meal is like $15. And then
So
I
it's
had to buy a regular meal to go with it because the Supergirl meal was basically constructed for a person as small as Supergirl.
Oh my God. Well, there you are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
okay. Can you put popcorn in that?
No. There's
Well, now what comes
full-on
with
chicken meal in here? Look.
Oh.
First of all, let's open the collectible.
All right, let me put you full screen when you do this.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Who is this? It's Supergirl. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my. That thing has to smell like chicken. What's on her back? What is that? Oh,
yeah, it was
you can hang it from.
We can hang it on my purse. Look at that. Oh my god. And then let's see, it comes with Supergirl fries, not branded.
Okay.
I've got 3 dips. The Ruthie's Sweet Chili Revenge.
Okay.
Let's see, Supergirl's Solar. Oh god, I gotta read these things. Solar Honey something. And then Lobo's Barbecue. And then I get 1 tender for each of the dips. But the best part is, of course, the KFC biscuit. Probably, to me, the best fast food biscuit.
Okay, so this is not keto.
It is not. I just broke my keto diet right now.
This is your cheat day now.
Yeah, apparently.
Look, my experience with KFC is on the rare occasion that I feel constipated, I could go to CVS or the drugstore and get something to take care of constipation. Or I could eat any KFC chicken and reliably I am unplugged.
Yeah. Well,
so how do you feel right now?
How do I feel right now? Yeah. I mean, look, I love KFC, but I will say I have traded in KFC for Popeyes. Popeyes is the better value, bigger chicken, and I like everything that comes with Popeyes. But my issue, I must have been really small as a kid, because when I eat KFC today, all the pieces of chicken look really small to me. Oh yeah, the blue raspberry Supergirl.
Is that the drink?
That's the drink. Let's see how it tastes.
Was anything like?
Oh, boba.
And to be clear, the total cost for a small meal and the bucket was $60.
Okay, 45. But again, I need to eat something. I need some real food or more food. So I got a 3-piece meal to go with it.
Oh my God. This is now, does this make you want to see Supergirl more?
Oh yes, of course. I think I am resolved. I'm going to see Supergirl. I mean, it's my job. I have to, but
Oh my God.
yeah.
All right.
Raising Cane's, by the way, it's way too expensive. I'd eat at Raising Cane's all the time if it weren't for the price.
In a related story, the Odyssey popcorn bucket is revealed. Let me bring this up. It's like and to me, I like food tie-ins and fast food tie-ins for any movie that came out when I was a kid. Empire Strikes Back, Star Trek 3. If there was anything like you need 3 proofs of purchase from this cereal box, send it in, you get this redemption. I love that kind of stuff. Cinemark has their popcorn bucket reveal for the Odyssey. Let me share it here. Can you see that, Alan? Let me put it full screen. Here we go.
Oh, hey.
It is the horse, the
Wow,
Trojan
finally.
horse. Let's take a look.
That was
Oh, unboxing. I guess they got an order of this at Cinemark.
oh, they're just Wow, that looks
You getting how much popcorn
bigger
fits
than I
the
expected.
horse?
Okay, where does it go in?
It goes in the stomach.
Oh, just like the men.
Yeah. You think you'd lift up the tail at the back and then just
I want you to choose me.
I think they're replicating how they get in and out.
Does anyone actually put popcorn in these buckets? I don't get it.
It's pretty impractical.
Look, I'm a sucker for these kind of things, and I think it's kind of dumb. There is a cool thing with I don't know if you follow the account on X Savior Cinema.
No.
The guy who runs that account reminds me of me when I, was excited about every single, redemption thing or movie promotion. I count on him to follow this stuff. There is a full-size Trojan horse, and I'll show you. I'll show you this video that he shot. Let me share screen here. It's the full horse on. It's in Venice. Here, show this.
Yes.
I'm going to show this here. Here we go. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
That's impressive. But there's going to be tents around that thing.
I know. I was gonna say that that's affordable housing now.
I mean, look how tiny that person is. Can you see to the left? It'll repeat. That tiny person there. You know what? I'm kind of tempted to go see it, but do I want to fight off homeless zombies?
Well, it looks like they cleared out the homeless for this, so maybe they're still gone.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yeah, but it's as tall as those palm trees next to it.
But I like those redemptions. I think they're kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's talk to the people and see who is here. Let's go.
Yes, Andrew Cram gifted 1 Film Threat membership. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. And 5, another 5 from Andrew. And Sean, who gifted 5.
Wow.
And more here. Go ahead.
Bruce Leroy Jenkins for 2 for the Alan Muckbang Fund.
Yeah, what should Alan eat next?
I mean, it's whatever the next promotion is. What is the Odyssey fast food meal going to be?
Who knows? But look, I think you just want an excuse to eat garbage food since you're on the keto. All right. Well, you have to read this one.
Foolish American for 5. Never mind disclosure day. Me and Aaron need a hurry about deportation day.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, we need to.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Indie Shade for 2. Are popcorn buckets the new Funko Pops?
In the sense that you'll see them at yard sales and in the discount bins of swap meets, yes, they are that.
I mean, is the Galactus popcorn bucket still worth a lot of money?
We have a request. Try the Lobo sauce, says Funny Pictures.
Can we try it?
Okay, full
wild
screen.
ranch.
Lobo sauce. Don't get any all over you.
Lobo. Oh, it is ranch. I thought it was barbecue for a second. Hold on. All right.
So you read that wrong.
Try the Lobo sauce.
The Lobo sauce is a cream sauce.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Tastes like ranch.
There's nothing special.
I know. I'm like, I don't taste anything other than ranch in this.
All right.
You better read this one.
If you watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind and ET trailers, they're amazing. Disclosure Day trailer is so underwhelming. We'll discuss it. And Lord Thaw says, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, sign up as a member, join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram. Buy our merch at shop.filmthreat.com. And check this out. Happy 250th. We've got to see our new shirts. We've got, patriotic inspired shirts and merch. Doomsday duds right there, inspired by Spider-Man and Avengers. But look at that. Happy 250th USA. Film Threat shirts, hats, and all kinds of merch. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff.
By the way, I'm tasting tartar sauce in the Lobo sauce.
It tastes like tartar sauce?
Yeah, it's now starting to really come across as tartar sauce.
All right. Well, go to shop.filmthreat.com and support our work.
And to answer the chat, I was born and raised in Los Angeles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Fortunately, not in the city.
Yes. Yeah. We'll get into it. Lots to show you today. So show may go. We'll have the interview and then we'll probably return back with some of the news stories here. Check this out, Alan. Trailer for The Social Reckoning is here. This is from Sony. And we saw an extended look at CinemaCon. I'm excited for people to see this. I'm really curious how they're going to square this up. Let's watch the trailer. Jeremy Allen White, Jeremy Strong. Let's watch this.
Listen, before I go on, I want to make something clear.
Okay.
I have a hunch you're not a fan of Facebook, but I am. I am here to help Facebook, not hurt it. Okay.
You send me a message. What would you like to talk about?
The chairman gavels the session to order. You'll read your opening statement, which we'll skip past for now. That's a separate session. And we'll move to witness questioning.
Spell your name and state your current occupation for the record.
MARKZUCKERBERG.
And your occupation?
I'm a professional defendant.
I ran classifiers on political groups where 30% of content hits multiple risk factors.
Hang on, I don't understand what you're saying.
Aren't you a tech reporter?
Ish.
Ish?
These guys are counting on the next round of congressional testimony to make you likable, Mark. I'm happy to lend a hand, but I think you're doomed.
Bill Burr. And look at this is the actor is Jeremy Strong. Look at him as Mark Zuckerberg. He really has all the mannerisms down. This is crazy good. I don't know about the movie, but this performance looks like it could be Oscar worthy.
I think they got rid of Jesse Eisenberg because they needed someone to play Mark Zuckerberg 1,000,000 times more autistic.
Right. Well, here's what I'm hoping is that the Social Network movie is in this movie. So it's actually a movie in this reality and his reaction to it. Because this film in the chronology takes place after that movie came out.
Yeah.
So it's possible Social Network is a movie referenced in this movie.
So Jesse Eisenberg could be in this movie.
I could. Oh my God. All right, let's watch.
This company and that guy are playing an unprecedented role in our lives.
The fire hose of bad information you are injecting into the air supply is becoming jet powered.
I'm a free speech absolutist. I'm not the one who's lying, and I'm not stopping them from seeing someone who is.
Anxiety, depression of teenage girls got worse as a result of time spent on the platform.
Senior leadership knows and is doing nothing.
I know there are easier enemies to make.
The mafia would be an easier enemy to make.
So what would you need?
To stand up the story, the internal documents.
This is a material violation of my NDA.
We're twice as big as the biggest country on earth. We're not fighting with Congress. We're post-government around here.
Please, please let me quote that.
We have 102 hours to get everything.
She's going to get sued into small pieces.
I don't want to be made an example of by a guy with unlimited resources.
Harm, I promise you, is imminent. Enough! People around here understand that when I say no, that's the end of the debate. I'm not 2 years out of a dorm room anymore, Charlie. Look around.
I don't know what the girl thinks she's doing.
She's disrupting.
Okay, October 9th. Alan.
I hate that word. She's disrupting.
Yeah.
Well, let's be disruptors.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? And we saw a little bit more of the movie when we were at Cinema.
Not that much more.
Not much more, but I gotta say that performance, it's going to be Oscar worthy. Think of the joke Conan will say at the Oscars about Mark Zuckerberg. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? A lot of that reminds me of the D-Files and me trying to get people to go on the record.
Right.
But I don't know. There's something about the Social Network that was so much. It just felt more grounded, a little more authentic than this. This feels like it's, like I said, it's trying to be the disruptor. This is the tone of that movie. We're disruptors. We're changing the narrative. We're going up against corporate America. Yeah, and ironically, our guest was in the first movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Armie Hammer, who's going to be on the show later today, was in the first. We'll ask him about it. I want to ask him also about the Justice League movie. He was supposed to play Batman in that. George
The other thing
Miller.
is, I mean, do we need to talk about his past, or are we just gonna let the other interviews that he's done kind of speak for it?
Yeah, I don't really care.
Okay.
So, but as for this is especially the timing. It's coming out in October. This is going to be an Oscar caliber thing. Aaron Sorkin involved. So,
yeah. But I mean, there's this trend of movies that just keep coming up of, like I said, the disruptor theme. And I'm really starting to get tired of it because it just comes off as way too pretentious and way too on the nose. And I feel like this one's going to be one of those movies.
Absolutely. All right. Here's a trailer for a movie called Whalefall. We saw a scene from this film.
We basically saw the first 10 minutes.
We saw the first. This, I don't even know how to describe this. All I'm saying is any movie that deals with confined spaces, if you're claustrophobic, this film will give you nightmares. I mean, I have had like dark thoughts about what this, I don't even know, like, we know what happens in the movie, how it's resolved. I have no clue. I don't want to see any more of this film, but let's see the trailer. It's called Whalefall. And Alan, it's the stuff of nightmares. Let's take a look.
I can teach you things. I can give you all the tools. You can be whatever you want. Anything you want. When it matters, and you'll know what to do.
Oh my God. Ah!
Again, we got the longer version of this.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you have.
Oh my God.
This is so cut down from what we saw.
Oh God.
Like, and then you're seeing this on your screen. Imagine seeing it on a giant movie screen.
Oh,
Survivors survive.
dude, that I don't even know what to say. That when we saw, so we saw this extended scene where you see the scuba diver, the lead character, is swallowed by a whale. I mean, it's not a spoiler. It's a survival story of someone who, this isn't Ahab, right? This is
not Jonah.
No. This is being swallowed by a whale. And how would one survive? I mean, a whale's stomach's not that big, but he gets swallowed along with, you saw, if you're just listening to this, he gets swallowed along with a squid. He gets caught up in the squid who's trying to escape the whale.
Yeah, the whale wants the squid, and he's kind of he
gets caught up.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying. Just like there's that Ryan Reynolds movie where he wakes up in a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
He's been buried alive. I think it's just called Buried. And I couldn't watch that movie. I had to watch it during the day because I found it so frightening.
Yeah, I mean, that was when I saw the extended version, anxiety inducing.
That's the best way of putting it.
You probably saw a minute of it. I think I would say it went on forever when I saw it. But yeah, it evokes every feeling and emotion that you would expect watching a scene like that. And that speaks to the filmmaking.
And if you're claustrophobic, I mean, this movie's a nightmare. I don't think if you have claustrophobic like feelings, whatever, you're sensitive to that, this will be difficult.
Yeah.
This will be a difficult movie to watch.
By the way, I would suggest watching this in 4DX.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Hey, Doctor Who. I loved when I was a kid. It was cheesy. It was fun. I love the Christopher Eccleston version, David Tennant, Matt Smith. Then it kind of went off the rails for me, and but here's the big news. Doctor Who Christmas special canceled.
Oh no.
As Russell T Davies and Bad Wolf exit BBC's sci-fi series. That's it. It's done at this point.
Oh.
I mean, there are more details, Alan. If you have those, why don't you?
Yeah. The BBC has canceled the planned 2026 Doctor Who Christmas special, along with showrunner Russell T Davies, along with the producer Bad Wolf. They're leaving the series. Rather than bridge the gap with a one-off special, we're choosing to push forward to invest in a long-term future of the show. The BBC emphasized that Doctor Who remains an important part of the BBC and said the tender process is meant to ensure audiences will enjoy the show for years to come. On Instagram, Davies confirmed his departure and wrote that he had not written a Christmas special script and that no actor was ever approached to play the next Doctor. That contrasts with early reports suggesting that multiple versions of a holiday script existed. The holiday special has long been a staple of British TV culture, which includes landmark episodes such as The Christmas Invasion in 2005, which marked David Tennant's full debut as the Doctor. Its cancellation signals a major break from tradition. The shakeup comes after a difficult period for the franchise. Disney exited as co-producers in 2025. Star Shruti Gatwa left the role as the Doctor. Recent ratings struggled. The season 15 ended on a cliffhanger involving Billie Piper's Rose Tyler, leaving the unresolved series. The BBC now says new episodes are still planned, but the future creative direction is now open to new bidders.
What are your thoughts, Alan, on this? I was a Doctor Who fan, and I just fell off. Loved it as a kid. I love the reboot, but now it's done. I guess it's another franchise that's kind of suffered because of modernity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Star Wars and Star Trek. These are effectively dead and or zombie franchises.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the example that we've gone over countless times, but back during the pandemic, show creators, writers, directors, and the like decided that rather than pay homage to the series they've been placed upon, they decided to fix in their minds the series that they were put upon. And this was a classic example of that. We need to fix Doctor Who so that modern audiences can see themselves in it. And unfortunately, no one saw themselves because no one watched it.
There you go. One last news story before we get to my review of Disclosure Day, and then we may cover some other news stories after we have our special guests. Spider-Noir, Charlie Sheen's advice to Nick Cage. I love this. And it's kind of funny. Nick Cage is calling Charlie Sheen for advice, but you got to hear this.
Okay.
It's a quick one, Alan.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage revealed that during an early Spider-Noir table read, a producer kept telling him not to mumble, kind of mumbling in the, like a film noir detective sense. So Cage called Charlie Sheen for advice. Sheen's response: "Is his last name Sony? No. Then tell him to F off." Cage is an Oscar-winning actor whose career is built on bold, creative choices. A table read isn't the finished product. It's the sketch before the painting. Sometimes the best note an artist can get is no note at all. This is from Marvel Mania here on X. I love hearing that. I love, Nick Cage. He's won an Oscar for the movie Leaving Las Vegas. And some producer at a table read is trying to give him advice on how to approach the character.
How to be Nick Cage.
Ridiculous. I'm really happy to see. I think the most surprising thing about it is Nick Cage called Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, he needed that tiger's blood.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. What are your thoughts? You and I both really enjoyed Spider-Noir.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like, you finally get a chance to be in the room, and I guess this executive felt like he had to take advantage of that. And I think that's what a lot of these people who say they're not heard or seen are. They just come in, they want to say something. Everyone during the creative process wants to put their imprint on it. And so they put out all these notes that are just so unnecessary, telling Nick Cage how he should speak and how he should act or conduct himself at a table read. I remember when I used to work in marketing and would do design and stuff like that, the best piece of advice I was always given when going into a meeting for approvals of my designs is always put something in your design that someone can spot and fix.
Yes. Yes.
So that they could spot it, fix it, and claim that they helped be part of the process.
Yeah, it's like that Simpsons, meme. I'm helping. Everyone wants to get, and they want to be heard. Like, I contributed. What are they doing sitting at the table read? Ridiculous. You've got an Oscar winner. Like these people who need to be heard and seen,
You know, the problem is what they have to say is not worth it. You know, they say nothing of substance. They just want to speak for the sake of being heard rather than contributing to a creative process. Yeah.
We said it all.
Yep.
I love that. So there you go. All right, let's get to it. I gotta reset. I have to reset the table, Alan.
I know, because you're moving too quickly through this stuff.
I am, because I know what's coming.
I know.
Let's go. Disclosure Day. People are saying it's the best film Steven Spielberg has made in years. Well, let me set that notion aside. This is objectively a terrible movie. And it pains me to say this as someone who grew up watching Spielberg movies. You could say this sort of, is this the third film in the UFO or Alien trilogy, starting with Close Encounters of the Third Kind. 2 versions of that movie, by the way. The special edition, in which Roy Neary, Richard Dreyfuss's character, goes inside the mothership. And then we have sort of not really a sequel to it, but taking the idea further, we get to know an alien race, E.T. the extraterrestrial, befriended by children. And this is kind of not exactly, it's not connected to those movies, but spiritually it is. It's Spielberg and his thoughts on, do aliens exist in the universe? If you've seen the trailer and you've heard the title of this movie gives so much away, I'm shocked that the trailers have they showed footage from the third act.
Really?
What would be the like climax of the movie?
Really?
Yeah, it's disheartening. But let's go through it. You know, I'll give you this is not going to be a spoiler review, but I'll give you the broad strokes. We meet Josh O'Connor's character. His name is Daniel Kellner. He is stolen from some hard drives from some nefarious outlet that is hiding government secrets. Are they government secrets? Are they some offshoot underground organization? We don't know, but it's turned into a life and death race with with what's on the hard drives. His girlfriend is along for the ride. There's an exchange and they narrowly get away. We then meet Emily Blunt's character. She's a weather lady in Kansas. She has a boyfriend she lives with, and she's going to work and has a weird episode. A strange bird comes to visit her. And at work one day, while just going through the weather, she speaks in an odd language that no one can understand except for Daniel Kellner. Emily Blunt's character then, and to her credit, I really love Emily Blunt as an actress. I think she's amazing. I think Josh O'Connor is miscast in this movie. He really adds not much to the role. I thought he was good in the Rian Johnson third Wake Up Dead Man. He was great in that. Emily Blunt in this, she actually, rather than using AI, the noises she is making that are alien noises, she made those noises. So give her credit. And all the actors do a really good job. I'll give him credit. I'm not Josh O'Connor. I think he's good in a role that's more fitting to him, but great cast, great production value. And as the movie goes on, of course, we're going to see Emily Blunt's character and Josh O'Connor's character. They finally collide as they're on the run from people that want these hard drives and what's on them. Well, we know what's on them because we know the title of this movie. So there's no surprise there. And the majority of the movie is a chase scene to get these hard drives. It couldn't be more simple-minded. As they're going through, Josh O'Connor and Emily Blunt's characters have vague memories. They're able to they're able to feel empathy from people, and they kind of know, not necessarily read their thoughts, but what they're feeling and reveal it to them, which becomes in some form of a superpower. Josh O'Connor's character's girlfriend is a woman that she's dropped off to hang out with a bunch of nuns. And there's a religious thread here of Christianity and how Christianity reconciles the fact that there may be aliens in the universe. There are no other religions that are dealt with in this in the film, by the way. Not Islam, not Judaism, Buddhism, nothing. Coleman Domingo is part of a, I would say, benevolent secret organization that wants to track down Daniel Kellner and Emily Blunt's character, whose name escapes me, by the way. That's why I keep calling her Emily Blunt's character. Now, it shouldn't surprise you what unfolds as the movie is called Disclosure Day. But let me get into the flaws of the film, which is it's 80% a thriller chasing, and then the most disappointing reveal as we finally find out what's on the hard drives. The editing in this film is leaden. There's a scene with Emily Blunt's character and Wyatt Russell in the beginning. They're having sort of a morning ritual as she's late for work. Every scene in this movie seems like you cut it in half. It moves at a snail's pace. It feels like this movie is like trying to run in jello. It moves so slowly, which is sad to say as a thriller. It looks good. The actors are doing a great job, but it's everything from the editing to an ill-conceived script, which seems like this script might have been revelatory 20 years ago, falls flat. Almost every aspect of it falls flat. In addition, the score by John Williams, by the way, might in fact be his final score for a movie and final team up with Steven Spielberg. Is the most meandering, unmemorable score I've ever heard out of John Williams. Very disappointing. It does what modern scores do. It just meanders. I'm used to John Williams scores really hit on the action and accentuate not just action, but emotion and character. You really feel what they're feeling. And what it all comes down to is an ending that could not be more disappointing, ending with a bwah, bwah, at least in my mind. So I just really, I guess I could have guessed it would go this way because nothing about the trailers really seems compelling. And when everything is revealed, it falls flat. It starts out as a big mystery box when we know what's in the mystery box from the title of the movie. So while some are saying best film in years, I think a colossal disappointment, and the concepts and ideas being dealt with in the movie are better dealt with in videos that I've seen going down a rabbit hole about aliens and ancient civilizations on YouTube. More fascinating ideas. It's just, it really should have taken the ideas further. And the thing that I'm not going to try and remake the movie I would have made, which is not a good way to review a film. But I'm telling you, I cannot recommend it. And had the events of Act 3 happened in Act 1 and took the concepts further, there's meat there to chew on. But look, the great performances by all the actors, and Colin Firth is actually very good as a mysterious character named Noah Scanlon. The alien tech that you see revealed in the movie, that's kind of clever, but ultimately a colossal disappointment. I cannot recommend this movie. And I'm not going to get into spoilers. For Spielberg, it's disheartening that this may go out as his last movie. So for me, this is a 4.5 out of 10. Couple of good action sequences, some very good performances, leading to a mystery box filled with nothing. Let's go to your comments.
Well, here I want to talk about one comment you make. Is this his best movie in years? Let's go back 10 years. We got the BFG, The Post, Ready Player One, West Side Story, and The Fabelmans. Is this the best movie he's made in the last 10 years?
Among those, it probably ranks in the middle. I'd say I really like the final scene of. We can talk about this more. The final scene of Fabelmans I really enjoyed with David Lynch. I like The Post. The BFG was terrible. It's like a bad CG fest. And by the way, one last thing. The CG effects are not very good in this movie.
Yeah.
There's CG animals that when you watch the trailer are not great.
Yeah. That was the first thing that tipped me off that this might not be good is that trailer and the animals in it.
Yeah, the animals look, you can the aliens, are there aliens? There's a shot of an alien in the final trailer. The final trailer reveals way too much about the film. Far too much.
So why do you think people are so head over heels about this movie?
I don't think they are, because the reviews I have read have been very mixed. But I don't want to say too much because then I'll get into spoilers. Let's get to the comments, and on Friday, after you have seen the movie, you and I will get into a deep spoiler review. You're welcome to tune out, but we'll get deep into spoilers on our Friday show.
Yeah. I'll just say that when you get invited to a screening that coincides with the embargo lifting, you are more likely invited because you like everything, and B, you probably are pressured to like what you've seen, which is why I think a lot of the reviews early up front were so good.
Let's go. We'll start with Soups and member chats first.
Let's see. Libra All Women, member for 4 months. From what I understand, Spielberg didn't write the script. He only directed it.
Yes, but he did come up with the story.
Okay.
Story credit for Spielberg. Thank you, Libra All Women.
Yeah, he's a co-writer. So I guess. See, Bruce Leroy Jenkins for 5. Carol Allen with too much mukbang. Might have another broken chair incident. Chris, play the clip.
What clip?
The broken chair.
What broken
Can
chair?
anybody hear me? I kind of don't know where I am. Never thought I would look for him, but Chris.
And
what are you doing in the back room?
I feel like I lost a lot of weight since then.
Wow. Oh my God.
Let's see. Channels Surf for 44 months. Hey, Billy Corgan let Bill Burr that they are half bros.
Really? I didn't know that.
Are they?
More comments here.
Maybe an attitude. Burnouts 3S3 for 2. I'm going to watch The Furious instead. Yes, do that.
We'll talk about that on Friday.
Furious is great. Shogun Orda for 5. When they showed the alien ship in the trailer, that's when I got bad vibes.
Yeah. Let's keep going. We have a special guest waiting in the background.
Yes.
We'll get
Tony
to you
Elias.
momentarily, Uwe. Good
Tony
to
Elias.
see you, sir.
Tony Elias, Chris agreeing with Grace Randolph, who thought the film was bad, and disagreeing with Jeremy Johns, who thought it was pretty good, is very entertaining to watch and not on my bingo card.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate you.
Chris, you like The Fabelmans? No, he only liked the last scene of The Fabelmans.
The last scene was very good.
Yes. ADL, so it ended with a thud like War of the Worlds.
Absolutely.
NPC, who is the target audience in your opinion? Is Gary gonna like this?
No. I think it's gonna bomb.
The Lone Wolf Club. Still can't wait to have bad BBC fuck up Doctor Who.
Absolutely.
Ron Enriquez. Whalefall is as if Pinocchio and Monstro were real.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. And Fun with Collecting. I love Social Network, and this is not that. He's talking about
Well, there you go. There you go. Hey, I'm excited that we get to talk to some really amazing filmmakers, accomplished filmmakers. And we have Uwe Boll and Armie Hammer on the show today to talk about their upcoming movie, Citizen Vigilante. Welcome them to the show. Hey.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Hi guys. Hi Uwe.
Good. It's late in Germany, almost 11 p.m. But I stayed up extra for you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Can't wait to talk to you about this movie. Armie, we just saw the trailer for the new Social Network movie. You were in. I didn't even know the twins were played by one person in that movie. That's how good you are.
Good. Then we did our job right.
Yeah.
By the way, I had people,
both of you,
people that I knew in my personal life, who I had known for years, who called me and they said, "You never told me you had a twin. You've been to my house. Like, what are you talking about?" So I take that as a huge compliment.
Before we talk about Citizen Vigilante, this is a nerd question. You were going to play Batman in George Bill. Can you tell us anything about that? Did you try on the suit? Like, how far did it get?
Oh yeah. No, I had a bat suit and it was incredible. It was it was such a great experience. So I got hired to play Batman. We had an amazing cast. They sent us all down to Australia where we were going to shoot it. And at the time, I think it was going to be the largest budget film that Warner Brothers had ever made. I think it was going to be, it was like $275 million. And this was before Avengers and all that. So that was just kind of unheard of. And it was amazing. I had a bat suit. I trained with like Australian Special Forces guys. I was doing martial arts training. It was like camp. It was like the most fun camp. And then one day they called us and they said, "Okay, everybody come on into the production office. We got to talk to everybody."
No.
And I was like, "All right." And they said, "And bring all of your material. Bring your scripts, bring everything you have." And I was like, "Well, this does not bode well." And they called us in and they said, "Well, a writer's strike just happened." This was back in like the 2007 writer's strike. And they said, "We're not allowed to touch the script. We can read the script. We can't change anything. We literally cannot do anything." And I was like, "Okay." And they said, "What we're probably going to do is send you guys home for a little bit, just during the strike. But we're going to have everybody back and this and that." And then as soon as we left, it was like a week later, they were just like, "We're not going to do this." And it was crushing. I mean, I wore the suit multiple times. It was incredible. It was an entirely functional suit. And at one point during the movie, Batman gets so broken down because, he's a human, right? His superpower is the fact that he's the greatest detective that has ever lived. And we had, carbon fiber with gears and mechanisms that allowed the arms to move fat. Like it was a fully functioning bat suit built by the guys down at Weta who ended up doing, they were all the Lord of the Rings guys and all that stuff. So and with the bat suit, I had these massive ears and the cowl, the thing that went over the face, was just carved in the most scary. I mean, it was like a sinister looking bat suit. And when I was wearing that bat suit, I was probably 7 feet tall. It was amazing.
So you don't have any photos at all or any?
You didn't get to keep the suit? Or
No, dude. By the way, the only reason I got to keep a script was because I had a copy of the script on a CD that had been burned onto a CD because it was that long ago. And when they were like, "Bring all your materials," I just took that CD and I slid it into my computer and I was like, "All right, well, I'm keeping that one." And I've got it somewhere. I have no idea where it is now, but it was a great script.
Who's the director, by the way?
It was George Miller.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the first time you played a superhero. I mean, Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp.
Sure.
Oh, that movie was so fun. I saw it at the drive-in. It was a blast.
You went to a drive-in to see
I went
that?
to a
That's incredible.
drive-in to see it. It was a blast.
Where do you live?
Pasadena, so Pacific Vineland Drive-In.
Yeah, we still had drive-ins back then.
We still have drive-ins in California, not that many.
Did the drive-in survive COVID?
No, unfortunately.
Which is weird because it's kind of the perfect way to watch a movie. You're in your car, you're away from other people. They should just all be drive-ins.
I never stopped going to the movies during COVID. I just went
Yeah.
to the drive-in every weekend.
Great.
Wow. So what did you, we're going to get into Citizen Vigilante. I know we have you for a short time. What did you really learn from like Johnny Depp on Lone Ranger?
Johnny he was a consummate professional. Like I've never seen anything like it. He knew every single person's name on set. He would walk onto set and be like, hey Trevor, how's your kid doing? And they'd be like, oh great. Like he knew everything about everybody. But what really impressed me was his knowledge of how to actually make films. I remember there was one scene where we're on our marks, we're about to shoot the scene, and he looks at the DP and he goes, what lens do you have on that camera? And the DP goes, I have a 75. And he goes, okay, so you need me to hold it right here? And he put it in the perfect spot on the frame. And I was just like, this guy knows more than the DP. Like, I mean, it was really, he knows what he's doing. He's a pro.
Let's talk about Citizen Vigilante. How did you get involved in the movie?
Uwe reached out. I hadn't worked in a minute, and then all of a sudden I got an offer from a film from Uwe, and my attorney called me and goes, you just got an offer on a movie. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, Uwe wants you to go to Croatia and shoot a movie. And I was like, say yes. He's like, you want to know how much they're paying you? I was like, I don't care. Say yes. Let's go. So yeah, and then ended up having like a really amazing fun time. Like the way Uwe shoots movies. Uwe, I'm gonna talk about you like you're not here. It is so fun. I remember I got to Croatia the night before we were supposed to start shooting, and he calls me in my hotel room and he goes, okay, so you're here tomorrow, we go shoot. And I go, all right, what are we going to shoot? He goes, whatever we want. We go through the city, we go shoot here, we go shoot there, we go to this building, we go find a parking lot, we find a whatever, we just go shoot. And I was like, so this is just like running and gunning? And he's like, yeah, it's just gonna be you, me, and a cameraman. And we just went, and that was my first day of shooting. We just went out and shot shit, and it was awesome.
But let me
I got to tell you, I've been watching interviews.
I have to jump in. Jump in.
Please. Okay, here we go.
It was like, that was before the original first shooting day. So it's not that we had only a cameraman and Armie the whole time, right? So no, but the day before, I grabbed him with the camera to do like this kind of, he walks just through the city, inspects, as he has a lot of real estate in the movie, right? So inspects the houses and whatever. And we just, as Armie said, we just did it, so that, why not? Not everything has to have like permits and all this kind of involvement. Right? If you just
I wasn't going to bring up the permit thing, but I said to Uwe, I was like, do we have permits for this? He's like,
That's great. That's great. Alan, you had a question.
Yeah, I was just saying, I watched a bunch of interviews you did over the last year, and I have to say, I respect you a great deal, and forgiveness and grace is a powerful thing, and I'm glad to see you back, and I'm glad to see you have this opportunity.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Oh, that's great. I know we have you for a limited time, Armie, and we have questions from our audience. So
Okay.
let's go to these questions. We do want to show the trailer for the movie, which is phenomenal, by the way. But let's go to this. Alan, here, if you would read.
Yes, Mellow 53,000 for 5. Does Uwe think there is a viability for another Far Cry movie? Love that movie and the game.
Yeah, I mean, they do a TV series out of it, right? So I'm not involved in this anymore. But a second movie, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I did the first movie. I didn't really follow it up. Let's see. But there is a TV show coming, 6 episodes or something about Far Cry. So who knows?
All right. Let's see. ADLS 24. When Uwe first approached you with the script originally titled The Dark Knight, what were your thoughts about making a film that throws back to the great 70s vigilante stories like Death Wish and Joe? I wish I knew what the ending of that was.
It's funny. The original script was called The Dark Knight. And I remember calling Uwe and I go, you're calling it The Dark Knight? And he goes, yeah. And I go, there's already a movie called The Dark Knight out there, and it's pretty popular. Like, people know about it. And he goes, yeah, but you can't copyright the title of a film. And I was like, okay. But there was something really cool about this script. I mean, it was like a really contained, interesting story, and it has kind of all of those things that you want in a fun pulp film. You know, it's like, it's got the violence, it's got the messaging, it's got all that kind of stuff. The original script that I got was shorter. It was definitely on the shorter side of any script. I think it was like, what was it, Uwe? Like 60 pages or something like that. It was very short, and I was like, man, how are you going to stretch this out into a feature-length film? You know, because on films, the math that normally adds up is a minute of film per page of script. And I was like, man, this is going to be a really short film. He's like, no, we'll figure it out. We'll get out there. We'll do it. We'll add extra stuff, and we'll just kind of do what we want. And it was this really interesting, fun approach to filmmaking where it's like, we're not going to take anything too precious. We're going to do this, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to wrap early every day so we can go out and get a great meal at night. And that's what we did every night.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, Zodlander, how did you get prop guns in Croatia, and how many stuntmen were from there?
Yeah, I mean knows it too. Like, no, you have great armors in Croatia. I shot in Croatia Blood Rain and Barbarella and Auschwitz and Max Schmeling. So I shot a lot of movies there. Boris Velikan did the line producing. They have everything what you have in any other country too, like prop guns, real guns, everything, you know. So, and no, that's the thing. The infrastructure is very good. Zagreb is a very nice city, and yeah, that was all smooth. You know, I like it there. I mean, I shot in Romania, I shot in Bulgaria, but I think Croatia is a little more civilized, you know, like a little further ahead, closer to like a Berlin or whatever. And so it's a great city to do a movie in general, you know. But you don't have this, what Armie just said, like you don't need a permit for everything. Right, you're not getting an interference with stuff. You don't have to, you know. It's a little easier going. You're a little more free, you know. That was one of the things. Only to throw that in for 1 second, like, you know, when LA now wants to do this huge tax rebates, yeah, that's good. But there are other problems shooting in Los Angeles. There's a permits, for example, right? There are like where it's a pain in the ass that you cannot just shoot something. And that's even worse a lot of times more as the money. It's this kind of limitations. You cannot park here. We don't help you. You know, that's the thing. And if you go to other countries, they very film friendly, and you know, they let you alone. And not like coming the whole time and you have to do this, you have to do this. So in general.
What about the crew available to you in Croatia? What's the quality like there?
I mean, I brought my German crew, like German camera and so on. I brought like various people from Germany. We had various actors. Kostas Mandalorian in us, also from America. And it was kind of a mixed crew. The post-production we did in LA. Easton Manikis carried it like from Sin City, from dusk till dawn. He did my first shift. He did run. So it's the post production was in LA, as I said. So it's like it's a mixed situation. We had some stunt people from Germany came over. They worked on John Wick in Berlin and stuff like this. So, but you get overall very good crew and all the equipment you need there. Yeah.
All right, ADLS. Armie, you've made great films. Man from U.N.C.L.E., Lone Ranger, Call Me By Your Name. That all could have been great sequels. Which character would you have loved another chance to play? I got to say, I loved Man from U.N.C.L.E. I've watched it so many times, and that's the sequel I wish I could have seen.
That's the sequel we all wanted. You know, I mean, not only is Ilya such a fun character to play, but just the actual production of, you know, working with Guy, working with Henry, working with Lionel, the producer, like we just had so much fun making that movie. And man, if I could have, I would have campaigned real hard to try to get another one of those made. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Also shows you can make James Bond in the 60s again.
Yeah. That's such a fun era for spy movies. The gadgets, the clothes, like all that stuff. It was just, yeah, it's great.
People are loving you in the chat. I just want to say you've won everyone over. I really want to show our audience the trailer. Do you have time to stay and watch it with us?
Sure.
Okay, cool. We do trailer reactions. This is a whole YouTube genre. So let's take a look at the trailer for the film.
Oh, hold on. You gotta.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, you gotta. Okay, yeah.
Okay, are we good?
Start
okay.
over. Yeah, there you go. Do it.
I'll start over. No one needs to see me. Here we go.
The truth is this. You are all being used.
The vigilante citizen is delivering a brand of justice that some believe the authorities have failed to provide, targeting both criminals and those in power accused of allowing crime to flourish unchecked.
There's been a lot said about me, so I thought you should hear directly from me. I'm here to help you take that control back.
The state, court, police. See, you think that they've failed you, but they haven't. No, they only exist to control you. Do you want justice?
Yes.
Let's get some fresh blood. You walk down the street and you get stabbed or robbed.
He's a real hero.
We need more guys like this.
What does your country do? Nothing.
Our current system is failing to protect our citizens.
He's like the real deal.
He's playing with us.
What if everything they ever taught you was utter nonsense? We can change history.
Wow. Okay. This movie is in theaters. What? It's next week, right?
Yep.
Next week.
On the 19th.
Okay, we've got a lot more questions here. Now I don't know how much time you have, Army.
I got to run in like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm so
2 or
sorry, guys.
3 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's
the Army
hit me with another question. We'll rapid fire.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let's see,
Alan.
Tony Elias, love to see you back, Army. Just want to say that one of your most underrated roles was that of Jackson Storm in Cars 3. Your voice was perfect voice acting. Please try to do more.
That's great.
I would love to, especially because that might be the only film I have ever made that my kids can actually watch.
Army, you have shot films all over Europe over your career. What made this production unique and memorable shooting in places like Croatia and Germany?
We didn't shoot in Germany, but we had a German contingent for sure. Shooting in Croatia is a lot of fun. Like Uwe said, like they're just incredibly receptive, and they're like, "You want to go shoot there? Go shoot there. You want to do this? Go do that. You want to blow that thing up? Blow it up." Like it was a lot of fun, and it just felt like making a true independent film where it's like, let's figure out the problems. What do we got to do now? Let's go do it, and then let's go have a great time tonight, having a delicious meal.
All right.
The meals, honestly, like making the movie was great. The meals that we had all the time was probably the highlight for me.
Yeah, I'm curious about Croatian meals.
I tried all the best restaurants, and so that was a good thing. But it doesn't. It shouldn't sound like we were not working hard, right?
No.
We just shot fast, 2-3 cameras always rolling, So, and I don't like dollies or stuff like this tracks. It's just all handheld. Gimbal, with the Alexa. So that's the thing, and it moves now way quicker as on old days with 35 millimeters. It's just the fact, and I embrace this. So
a few more questions, just real quick too.
All right, from Tim is Not Funny. How was the shoot for Free Fire? Underrated movie with an awesome cast, and Army is a standout in that one.
Honestly, spoiler alert about Free Fire. If everybody didn't die in that one, that would be the one that would be such a fun remake. It was great. We shot it in Brighton, England, with a great cast of people. We had Cillian Murphy was in it, Jack Rayner, Michael Smiley, Charlton Copley. Like, we really had a fun cast. And we shot it. This is the only film I've ever done where we shot it completely chronologically. because of the way the geography worked with characters moving around or who got shot or what was. We shot the whole thing chronologically, which made it really easy as an actor because you didn't have to keep track of, okay, where am I in this scene? What happened before this? Where am I going in the next one? What do I need to layer into this? And that it just all kind of flowed. It was great.
Last question.
All right. Caveat ties, besides Uwe, who is your favorite director to work with?
Oof. I mean, Uwe's up there for sure. Favorite director to work with. It was much less social, but watching David Fincher do his thing is probably like watching, Rodin sculpt or Picasso paint, Wow. Yeah.
Armie, thank you so much for joining us. Uwe, can you stick around a little longer?
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Congrats on the
See you
film.
guys.
Appreciate you.
Talk to you soon.
Take care. Later. See ya.
There you go.
There you go. Uwe, this movie, first of all, how'd you get Armie for this film?
No, as he
I
said,
gotta ask you.
because I actually watched him on Bill Mayer's podcast, Club Random, and he explained all the scandal and all that stuff. And I felt like it's totally bullshit that he was canceled, to be honest. And he's a great actor. I knew him from the movies he did. And so I reached out and recognized there is no agent, no manager. So I reached out to the attorney, and he liked the script. We talked a lot about the script. And I explained him why a lot of times in Rampage, I did that, other movies too. I write not a full written script to also react to where we actually shoot. Like this is kind of like, of course, when you write a script, you have an ideal world in front of you. But when you know, okay, now we're shooting it in Zagreb, we shoot in Croatia. So then I adjust to it. I think in the end, the script was maybe 75 pages, not 60, based on location and also based on, I like to improv a little, in scenes to see what works better. And I know I add time to it. So I don't need 90 pages to have 90 minutes. A lot of times you stretch things out, or you feel, okay, here we can extend the action a little more. So that's about this. But this is how I got him. And I was very happy. And he was on set, like perfectly prepared. Absolutely, like there was, it's an indie film with a lot of action, right? So there was no like trailer circus like in Lone Ranger or something, and he totally adjusted to it. No, it was a real like pleasure to work with him. I would anytime work with him again. He should be the new James Bond. When you said he should be actually the James Bond, he would be perfect for that part because he looks like this too, right? He can play this kind of the style, so all the other candidates, like what I feel right now, they don't really look like a James Bond, but he really looks like a James Bond.
Yeah. Will there be a citizen vigilante too? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what happens at the end, but
no, they could be, right? So, but the thing is, we go theatrical, but we go also digital, right? So it's like a day-to-day thing. And I hope that a few people at least watch it on a big screen, but it all depends on how it will do on streaming, if we could continue, so, but it could. The thing is, like, I missed like real, like radical movies in a way. And I like this with Assault on Wall Street, with Rampage, with this kind of movies. And I felt like people are in the mood for a vigilante, but not this kind of bullshit vigilante where it's all like fictional. So it has like everything what happens there, from like mafia to mass rape to whatever happens nonstop on the criminal level. And the people see injustice. The people see there is no real prosecution of a lot of people, so and I felt like let's make a gritty movie about this. And was interesting today. I had a whole like fight with a critic about it, and he said that's ridiculous and it's too hard and it's like it's so indifferent. And for me, it was also important that Armie. That's the reason I wanted to name it Dark Knight first. In the classical sense, he is not like Jesus. right? So he has his shadow thing too. It's not like a clean cut situation. And I have also situations in the film where the audience will maybe say, whoops, he goes a little too far, like stuff like this, like where you say, is this too much? But I like movies like this. They force you also to think about it, like self-justice. How far can that go?
By the way, speaking of Dark Knight, I was able to find Armie Hammer's cowl from the Justice League movie. Check that out. That is pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, it's on the internet.
All right,
it's an internet find. Thank you, Portland 182B.
Do you actively think about sequels, or is it just you make the movie and you wherever the wind blows after that?
Yeah.
I mean, that with Rampage, for example, we did 3, so, and I think Rampage is basically one long movie. It's like it continues the character, what would happen to him. And with Citizen Vigilante, it would be similar. It's not like Blood Rain 2, Blood Rain 3, where you get the money and you do it, or In the Name of the King, the Dungeon Siege movies had one with Dolph Lundgren and one with Dominic Purcell. Here it would be different. You would have to continue the story, what will happen to him. And I would love to do this, but we will see. I'm also writing on Rampage 4 to do like another Rampage movie because I think it's time for another Rampage movie. I think here his character has a little, like in the beginning, sometimes you think a little like falling down. Where you are on the side of Michael Douglas, so I that's what I hated in Falling Down, when it falls apart and the Michael Douglas character is a psycho, because I think a lot of things what happened to him we can totally identify with. And we have situations like this in Citizen Vigilante, where people don't pay for the bus ticket, and he tells them, look, if nobody pays, then there is no bus. Right. Yeah. So that's how civilization works. So if everybody would be fuckers like you, then there is no income, there's no bus driving. So and stuff like this. So I made sure that the script is very, let's say, blunt, but it was really on my chest to show things. Everybody talks about it in talk shows, but then nobody is doing it. In Germany, I don't know if you know that, but in Germany, I didn't get a rating. I had a distributor, I sold the movie, and then they said, no, that shouldn't be shown. Like, it's not even an NC-17. And I said, are you fucking kidding me? And that's how far in Europe now censorship goes.
Yeah. It's a few more questions here.
All right, Tim is not funny. How do you decide when to issue permits and other red tape? Do you push it as far as you can? Is it hard to get insurance? And do you get pushback from financiers?
No, they are totally different, right? Financiers are always happy if you get cheaper done, And look, we're not going in any security risks here, but it's really like in Europe more, and in New York. I have to say in New York, you can do also a lot because nobody really cares in New York about anything. So that's the advantage. But in LA or Vancouver, where I shot a lot of movies, there is a lot of, you start shooting, boom, the cops are there. What are you doing? Show me the permit, pop, 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 pop. Like there is more like this kind of hostility towards it. And I think that's not red tape. Red tape is if there's real red tape, but there is no red tape. And when you had like in whatever, you have a general permit, for example, to shoot in Zagreb in inner city, as long you don't block traffic, you don't need any other permit. Right? It's not like, okay, now you need the permit for this corner on this road. No, you have the general saying, if you don't block the traffic, you're free to shoot wherever you are, and there's nobody ever coming to the set. Only if you would like block traffic, then they would interfere too, So, and I think that's it's a little more free to do this. Yeah.
All right, Caveat Ties over on Rumble. It would be fun to see Uwe on Criticless.
Yeah, it's like Rotten Tomatoes. You're very outspoken about your movie opinions. You could be a good critic, Uwe, if you cared.
No, but on Reddit, they blocked me various times and, and omitted my account. Really, like 4 or 5 times. And I submitted, I said, no, I'm the real Uwe Boll. You can have a video call. It's actually myself doing it because they thought I was an impersonator. And then they blocked me because whatever, I did very harsh reviews. And
you were honest. That was the problem.
Yeah, so it was ridiculous, I have to say. So I like to do movie reviews, but only if I can say whatever I want.
Yeah. ADLs, Uwe, you are always working on something new. What are you planning on the next shoot? Anything scheduled for this summer after the rollout of Citizen Vigilante?
Yeah, look, we have first shift 2 and 3 in post-production. We're almost done. And I hope that we were number 2 on Amazon Prime in Germany with first shift. We were like 20 weeks in Paramount Plus and Showtime in the US in the top 10, top 15. And I'm very optimistic that Paramount Plus takes this next 2 episodes also. And I do the remake of, not the remake, the unofficial sequel to House of the Dead. So I do this in September, 23 years later, Zombies in the Castle. So it's not on an island, in the castle, with the same cast as House of the Dead. Jonathan Sherry and Ona Grauer, they're coming back. Michael Paré is coming in. And it's playing in Europe where they were expats now. So they went away from the old days and they have a daughter now. So they're married and have a daughter. And she goes on a rave party in a castle. We have a real castle where we can shoot it. And so there the zombies coming. So it will be a lot of fun. And that's really a fan film because I got approached, so many people said, now Paul Thomas Anderson is trying to do a new House of the Dead film, right? So, and they said, you need to do it, Uwe. You need to destroy Paul Thomas. So I said, okay, but I cannot name it House of the Dead, so I have to do 23 years later. So, but it's really like a deja vu. You know, and when I asked Ona Grauer and Jonathan Sherry, would you come back 23 years later playing the same character? 10 minutes later, both said 100%. We had so much fun shooting the film. And I think that movie will do good because we do more like less CGI, you know, more like the good old silicone prosthetic horror. And a little campy, of course, like the first one. It has to be a little fun to it too, you know. And yeah, I'm very happy. I gave up on the project because Lionsgate didn't want to give me any money. And then 6 production companies came and said, "Look, we have equipment for free." Then another crew came. And they said, "We do the whole lighting camera department as investors." So I got tons of support from companies who basically donate their work, their equipment. And then I said, okay, you know what? Let's do it. Now the costs are low because so many people just invested, right? So yeah, there will be
you have to come back in September to talk about it. Come back.
After the shoot. I sent you some videos.
Yeah.
Awesome. Jimmy Francis, can we expect Citizen Vigilante on Blu-ray?
Yes. It's a Yippee KJ Video. They do a Blu-ray, like a whole media book to it. I think in fall. You know, first comes the first window, and then in fall you can get because I made my director's commentary already. There will be making offs and stuff on it, and people always like my director's commentary because it's completely unfiltered. And you know, it's not like this kind of like, yeah, it was so great. I tell also the stuff what didn't work, you know. So
yeah. Now these comments are in German.
Yeah,
the Riverside film
is on the website. And that will not happen. I mean, a lot of times, you know, it's like this. You get approached by film producers and they say, look, I want to hire you as a director for a movie. And then they put it on IMDb up that they say Uwe Boll is attached, right? But it never came to this kind of, we never made a deal. I said, the script is not so bad. If you have the money, you can come back to me, right? And then now you're already on IMDb, like, that's your next movie, but it's not.
Okay, what the F? Hone Bush? Haley
Yeah,
Uwe,
like-
Muckbang Ding. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
but
said, "Oh, keep doing." Basically,
Oh,
it's just it's funny. You have a lot of Germans here watching it.
Yeah, well, it's international show.
Tom Siebert.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you're
How about
yeah.
Chris Gore reprising his zombie role? Chris Gore has.
I
been
know. I was in.
zombie.
I was in the Tom Savini Night of the Living Dead as a featured
That's
zombie, which is a lot of fun.
I know.
Uwe, we appreciate you. It's late where you are.
Yeah, I have to sleep, but it's no. I'm fit. It's all good. If you have two more questions, and then we wrap it up. Like, yeah.
Like people just commenting they love you. Look at this. I like him
yeah.
more. Now they
Sir
go ahead.
Spamalot, I
Alan.
like him now that I have the same hairless cut.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's better. Yeah.
Okay,
And
everyone loves. Tony Elias. Everyone loves hearing your brutal honesty and opinions. Uwe, be careful because you might get canceled.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
I got-
here we go.
As you know, I got canceled 23 years ago, so I don't care anymore. So that's the,
Okay, Tony Elias just wanted to wish you a happy early birthday, Uwe. Any birthday plans on June 22nd?
We do my annual grill party at my house. I'm very happy. You know who is born also June 22nd?
Who?
Meryl Streep, for example, but also Billy Wilder. And so it means there's also a good director born on.
Well, you can. Hey, if you want to come here and review movies, Uwe, we'd love to have you. We'd love
we
to
can,
have
we
you.
can do that every 6 weeks. I do two movie reviews with you together, only together or whatever.
Oh
right?
my
So we can-
God. Well, I love
Yeah.
the fact that you boxed movie critics. That I will never stop laughing about how hilarious that was.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun too. And but look, Jeff Snyder, I'm still in contact with him. Chris Alexander, I'm in contact with him. That we didn't have a bad experience or relationship after, And I think the good thing for them was it made it real.
Yeah.
A lot of critics, I think they're hiding in their room behind the desk, and it's always good to, in a way, drag them out and and that they face reality, or that they're even on a film set. Also, it's very, I think you learn a lot about making movies if you're actually on a film set.
Uwe, thank you so much for joining us. Congrats on the film. Citizen Vigilante is out. It's out next week, right? Is that right?
June 19th. Yeah.
Juneteenth.
June 19th. It's on Juneteenth. Perfect day.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. Have
Yes,
fun.
thanks. Have a good
Take
one.
care. Later.
Bye-bye.
Dude, that was awesome.
Delivers every time. Yeah.
Every time.
You
What
do
are
it.
we doing?
You do it.
There you go. There you go. That was great. That was great. We had, oh no.
Oh no, we're good.
Okay,
Uwe Boll
JC
review fun.
Junior.
Yeah, you need to
film
speak him
review.
up on that.
Should we do a special where he comes on and reviews movies?
Yeah. No,
I think that would be fun.
100%.
I think that'd be fun. Hey, we have a few news stories we didn't get to, just a couple. Won't take that long. Let's do that as we wrap up. But Netflix will not work with directors who want theatrical releases. Those are like all the good directors. This is really disheartening. This is from the New York Times. Alan, you have the notes on the story. I'll bring it up on screen for you.
All right.
But
So
this is disheartening. Go ahead. I'll
yeah,
bring it up.
Netflix film strategy under Dan Lin is moving forward away from traditional theatrical releases and doubling down on streaming first movies. While former film chief Scott Stewart fought to give Netflix fans meaningful theatrical runs, Lin has made clear that theaters are no longer a priority for the company. Netflix believes it has already won the streaming wars and no longer needs theatrical releases to attract top talent. Instead, the focus is on making movies specifically for Netflix billion-plus viewers, controlling budgets, and producing films that perform well on the platform. Lin openly acknowledged that some filmmakers still want to make theatrical releases, saying, "There's still a group of filmmakers who still want theatrical. Those are filmmakers we've accepted just won't we just won't work with. The quote underscores Netflix's firm commitment to its streaming-first model. The company is also investing in genres that traditionally studios have increasingly abandoned, such as comedies, romantic comedies, and book adaptations. Netflix sees an opportunity to fill in gaps left by the studios that have become heavily focused on franchise blockbusters and theatrical tentpoles. One major exception is Narnia, the Magician's Nephew, directed by Greta Gerwig. The article notes that it was expected to receive a full theatrical in 2027. Sometimes Netflix has not granted any other film. However, Lynn stressed that Narnia is an exception rather than a sign of a broader shift in strategy. This paints a picture of Netflix as a studio that views theaters as increasingly optional. Rather than chasing box office prestige, the company is focused on building the slate of streaming hits, and with theatrical releases reserved only for rare projects that justify such treatments.
Well, oddly, I recently canceled my Netflix, and I've had Netflix I've had Netflix from when you got the discs.
Yep, me too.
And I canceled it. The price kept going up and up and up. I canceled, and now I don't feel bad. I'll probably end up resubscribing when there's an event. And
Like
you can't deny that Netflix doesn't have really quality content. Like, live events, they're getting more and more into live events, comedy specials and roasts. There's always something very good.
Yep. Let's not forget, Is It Cake?
Is It Cake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see that as a horror film. Is It Cake? And then you cut into it, it's actually a person. That would be terrible. Okay. That'd be terrible. But I mean, I've been a customer from the very beginning, and it was about a month ago I just said I'm good after I watched that Sacha Baron Cohen movie, Ladies First. Oh my god, that was awful. I thought, well, that's the end of that. But this is disheartening because clearly Netflix has good taste with the people they want to work with. Guillermo del Toro last year with Frankenstein, among so many others. But they really, if they just made a commitment to theatrical, they'd have so many more people wanting to work with them. I mean, I'm glad to see that what it is now is that they're bowing to pressure. Chris Nolan will never do anything with Netflix, period. Full stop. And this is them drawing a line in the sand saying, look, this is our business model. We are number one in that category for that reason, but it's killing theatrical. What I'm encouraged by is that there's a new audience. Your Gen Z and younger people that want to go to the theater. They want that tactile in-person experiences. I believe people are going to reject a lot of the tech that's being forced on us. I love seeing the AI speakers get booed at colleges. I love it. I could watch that all day. And I love that Backrooms is packed. Obsession is doing well. And Gen Z is making movies, for themselves. And they're doing well. We've got a story related to that. But Alan, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I'll only say that at least they've finally come out and said it.
Yeah.
A lot of speculation as to whether this was really true. I kept telling people it's absolutely true. I've had directors of a famous series on Netflix. That director told me it would never, it's just not in the cards for Netflix. You're not going to get theatrical. And the only time you get theatrical is award season, and only at the Egyptian Theater down in Hollywood. I mean, look, outside of the award stuff that they obviously push, I've just not been that impressed with the quality of Netflix movies. They just don't feel, even on the screen, cinematic, and the stories just don't feel like they're worthy of really, I need to have Netflix to have this. Trains is something that they bought from Sundance.
Right.
I mean, that's how they're going to get their awards movies now. It's these movies that come out of Sundance and other festivals that no one picks up. And you can at least say they have an eye for that. for a movie that might do well. But the saddest example is Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine how? I mean, I have to believe it would have been so much better during award season had it actually had a theatrical release than just going to you. I mean, that was a movie you had to see on the big screen, and it just pained me. Well, I'll say the only time I've seen Frankenstein was on the big screen, and I think I'm going to keep it that way.
One last news story as we wrap up. Obsession is doing gangbusters at the box office, and there is a controversy. And I think it's time for you and I to chime in on this. From The Wrap, Obsession art director calls for industry reform after getting paid less than $7,000 as film nears $175 million. Alan, you've got the details.
I don't have notes for this.
You know what? You don't need them.
Yeah.
Sally Choi is the art director of Obsession. Signed on to this movie and was paid $300 a day. The movie was made in Los Angeles. That's it's 6 day week. What is that? $1,800. Worked about a month. Okay, she made like $6-7 grand. That's not bad. That's not bad. A lot of people don't know when you work on film productions, especially low budget. You might work on a movie and you're getting paid well for a month. That's not a bad take home. $6-7 grand for a month's work. But then you might not work for 6 months. That's why even successful friends of mine that have, say, they're actors or work in the industry, a friend of mine who's a comedian who works on the regular still bartends out of that fear that I worked one time this month. I worked only like a week. So he's supplementing his income by, simply by having the regular service job, and then, hey, gets a good payday from working on a film set. I'll say this, and I'll just repeat what Robert Meyer Burnett says. You don't get what you're worth. You get what you negotiate. Mm-hmm. It's not show friends. It's show business. I'm quoting a tweet from Robert Meyer Burnett, friend of the show. And you're not taking the one thing Sally Choi doesn't realize. She's not taking the risk of the people who put up $750,000. A lot of people work on indie movies and get paid almost nothing. I had so many people chime in on this. And there are the people that don't understand the entertainment industry and work ethic. And have you ever heard a term? Maybe we need to bring this one back. Pay your dues. Again, not what you deserve, what you negotiate. Mm-hmm. And her being bitter over this, seeing the producers of the movie who put up the money. And by the way, it's made $175 million for A24. It's actually, or was it? No, sorry, not A24. I forget the company.
Yeah.
That put out
Oh, Studio Canal, wasn't it?
Yeah, they bought it for $15 million. Okay, and put it out. And look, I know that like the lead actress got paid like $20 grand to be in the movie. She is SAG. She will have residuals coming. She'll be getting paid for this movie in years to come. Okay, years to come. She's going to be getting paid for this, along with moving up in her career. Her rate is going to go up by 5-10x. She's going to get paid probably 10 times $20 grand for her next role. And it's this, we've lost this work ethic with people, and also not understanding your position. The people that take the risk, a producer on a movie, is the one that they may get nothing. They may be out $1 million. Okay, not a small sum. Alan, your thoughts, and I have some more to share.
Yeah. First of all, she got at 7,000. She got paid 1% of the entire budget. That's
right.
The art director got 1% of the entire budget of a movie. That's pretty damn good. But if you wanted a part of that 175 million. Here's what you should have done. You should have worked for free and then asked for points.
You can do that. That's
Yes,
you
could
can
have.
There
There are actors or
negotiate.
directors who forego their salary to get a bigger budget, and in return took points on it. Didn't like Tom Hanks do that for like maybe Forrest Gump or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, those stories are all out there. I mean, you probably could have. I mean, that probably would have been a smart move. Say, okay, look, instead of paying me 7,000, just give me 1% of the box office. That's all. You know, if it does well, and that's the thing is, as you say, you are now putting your own capital up as risk against the movie, which means if you believe in the movie so much, give up your salary, take points, and do your job. And if you do a great job, you'll make a lot of money doing that.
Here's
otherwise, again, as Robert says, you got what you negotiated. So walk away, be happy, and go to your next job and say, hey, I was the art director of Obsession. You know how much money the movie that made? Hire me.
She could have built her entire career, Sally Choi, on doing this. Now, she's probably not going to work in the industry again. Why would you hire this person? And by the way, I've seen a lot of people comment on this online. A lot of people that don't know anything about how the entertainment industry works. And I got so many DMs from people chiming in, telling me stories of one buddy of mine told me about an Oscar nominated actor who got paid $500 to be in a film. You get what you negotiate. I'm going to share.
Oh, hold on. Here's the story that I was looking for. In the movie Twins, Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ivan Reitman, all forego their salaries for 40% of the back end, 40% of the box office.
They got no salary. By the way, George Lucas took a pay cut on Star Wars to get the merchandising rights, which 20th Century Fox at the time thought, merchandise? What are you talking about? By the way, side note, 20th Century Fox tried to change the title of Star Wars. Do you know why? Their market research said that people thought the movie was about celebrities fighting. This is how dumb studios can be. Anyways, let me share one thing here. I could share countless posts from people. Luke Barnett, who's an actor, filmmaker, who I happen to know, he posted something, and I'll read it. He says, the Obsession art director post, man, what a choice. 1 year total experience, only credit pre-Obsession is a single short film. She signs on to a low-budget indie, agreed to rate, movie explodes. You're suddenly the art director of the most talked about film of the year. If this ever happens to you, let me give you one piece of advice. Embrace it. Use the credit to fight off others. Get an agent. Turn those difficult 3 weeks into an incredible career. Do not cut every connection you have to the filmmakers. Put out tweets about how you wish you'd shut down their production. She actually tried to, Sally Choi tried to organize everyone on the set, you know, like a union, like a whole, and complain about the rate you agreed to, which isn't even like $100 or some student film sketchiness. Do you know how many indies I've done as an actor for $240 a day? A fucking lot. Every single time. I know what I'm getting into, and I hope to God it turns out well and lead to another opportunity. I cannot even imagine getting cast in Obsession and then putting out a career-ruining post about it instead of trying to leverage it into more work. This is an entitled person, thinks she's owed something. And by the way, voluntarily, filmmakers have gone, and not contractually at all, when a movie has done well and they've done well. George Lucas gave extra money to Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, among others, at the time that Star Wars was a hit. Other filmmakers have done the same. There are countless stories of that, of generosity after the fact. So this is a cautionary tale about what not to do, and having an attitude of gratitude is a lesson, not just in the film industry, but also in life. Let's go to final comments as we wrap up.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Alan. Okay, we'll start from the soups.
Okay,
Sorry
okay.
about that. Apologies.
Big Worm 69 for $10. Hey, Chris, Al, and chat. Apparently, Adam Carolla is releasing a KROQ FM documentary soon. Mentioned it on his podcast with Seinfeld, if I remember correctly. Yes. Should try to get him on for an interview.
I have interviewed Adam Carolla before.
Actually, not too long ago.
Yeah, well, it was a couple years ago. It was for a movie. It was a stand-up special he did called Not Taco Bell Material. I think that was the title. We'll get him on, Big Worm. I will reach out.
Yeah, I thought it was some kind of political documentary.
Oh, it's also that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we talked about a couple of his films. But yes, and he did a boxing movie a couple years ago.
Yeah. And look, I was born and raised in LA. I know KRQ very well.
Yeah, we'll talk to Adam when the movie comes out.
Okay. Ex-Gatekeeper, remember for 23 months. I'm still a fan would still love to meet you guys. Yes.
2 opportunities. We're going to San Diego Comic-Con, and we will be there. And we're doing a panel on the Friday, and we're doing a meetup on the Saturday at San Diego Comic-Con. We have major special guests that I can't say anything now. Like major special guests for our panel.
I'll spoil one. Christopher Moonlight Productions.
Well, yeah, we can spoil that. And then there's a possibility we'll be in Vegas for the meetup.
Okay. During Kurtzman Con.
Yeah.
David Smart Jr. For 2. I'm dying at the gym and man sucks. And He-Man
sucks. Well, don't die at the gym. It's very embarrassing. Public.
Because clearly the actor who played He-Man didn't. Farquad, rare pick from Alan's modeling career on the right.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, there we
nice.
go.
Here we go.
Tim is not funny. Such an about face from what they tried to sell the public during the WB bidding war.
Yeah, they gave a lip service to Theatrical, and now their tune has changed. They're like a bitter ex-girlfriend.
Well, I said that. They're going to do Theatrical with Warner Brothers until they don't have to.
Exactly.
Tony Elias, if it flopped, what would she do then?
Well, yeah, exactly. She wouldn't care. She'd be on to the next role.
Yep. And she would have kept her $7,000 and not lost it all. Sir Dirty Dog, she's a clerk that sold a winning lottery ticket and believes she should get a cut of it.
Well, a lot of that is, what is your relationship to the filmmakers? Did they part on good terms? It sounds like she didn't. Honestly, it sounds like she did not part on good terms.
Well, she was trying to unionize the crew. I'm pretty sure she didn't.
Yeah, I kind of feel like she really bit the hand that fed her.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which, quite frankly, is a problem with the youth these days. They don't understand a hard day's work.
Well, it's there's a reason the phrase "pay your dues" is a thing.
Yep.
So, God, I really want to share. Atomic Lori did a graphic. Do I want to share this?
I don't know. Where is it?
Don't tell. I don't tell anyone. But because you stayed to the end of the show, there's not that many people watching. Here is a tease of. Now, these panelists, here we go. The Indie Filmmaker Survival Guide panel, Friday, July 24th, 10 a.m. at the Neil Morgan Auditorium.
Oh, I know Jim Agnew.
Jim Agnew, April Wright, Chris Moonlight, myself, Joseph Kahn, and Zachary Levi.
Well, Shazam.
So,
Gomer Pyle would say.
Now, forget that I told you that. Because I can't make a formal announcement on social media yet, but I just did. So there you go. Make of that what you will. That's going to wrap it up for us today. Thanks to our mods, Lord Thoth, MK Solid, ADLS24, and Ololique on Rumble. And thank you, Portland 182, for the assist there. Friday, we're back with reviews, including Stop That Train, the Furious, spoiler review of Disclosure Day, and Alan's report from the Sony Future Filmmakers. Isn't that what it is?
Yes, it is.
So the Sony Future Filmmakers event. Take video, Alan, and I want to see the video.
Yeah. And thankfully I got my tux washed again.
You did?
Yeah, now I have to pull it out again. This will be the first year where I've worn my tux 3 times.
That's great.
4 times.
All right, so we're back on Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. We also have an interview on Friday. We love interviewing filmmakers. Now they approach us. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Badland Rising writer-director Blair Moore will join us on the show. That's it for us. Thank you to people who sent in the soups. Thank you to our members. Thank you, Alan.
Yeah, thank you.
Atomic Lori, killing it behind the scenes. Wait, one last.
Bruce Leroy Jenkins or 2. Alan, one last slow mukbang bite. I think I ate it all.
You ate it all.
It's all
What
gone.
about the fries? What
Yeah,
about
I ate
the
the
fries?
fries during the interview.
All right. But thank you, Bruce Leroy Jenkins. We'll see you Friday. Alan?
Let's get out.